Oh, g'day there. Welcome back to the RaeSide. We begin Maul. That background music is at 1,000 decibels. We are back discussing Maul, Shadow Lord. We are ramping up this show coming out in pretty much almost kind of a month away, sort of in a sense, about 4 weeks away to this brand new animated show all about Darth Maul. So I am so thrilled for this show. I'm excited to get into it. So we are starting off the month, and this is going to go all month long doing Maul-centric shows. But what a way to kick it off. We're going to be talking about everything, just laying out what is happening in this show. How did it come about? Who's in it? What are we going to see? Theorize things. We're going to get into all of that and more today. It's going to be really exciting. All of that and more today. Should I say? Without any further ado, let's jump into the live chat, see who's here today, and then we will get flying into things. Because when I say we have some stuff to study today, I hope you brought a notebook. We are taking notes. We are learning things. It's going to be a good day. You're gonna learn a lot. I hope you learn a lot. But who is here today? Who's in the live chat right now? Coming in first up, we've got two masters starting it off, Master DB and Master Yava. Hello, my lieges. How are you, lords? Great to see you. Odin coming in. Maul will be peak Star Wars. I hope so. I got high hopes. Not gonna lie. You know, there's certain projects that maybe they're not as high hopes, but this one, I've got high damn hopes. So I'm with you, Odin. I hope it's peak. I hope it is very, very peak. Dennis coming in. Happy Thursday. Thank you. Appreciate it. Even though it's Wednesday for a lot of people in the chat right now. Happy Thursday to us, eh? Thank you. Danny, how you doing, Daniel? Happy Thursday to you, Daniel. I know you're in Australia. This is where the fun begins. You betcha. You betcha. Nathan is here. Piper, big Maul fan Piper is here, a part of the show as well. Good to have you in the chat. Ronan, hello. I haven't seen you in a hot minute. Good to have you in here. The first comic book issue. Again, I know I keep saying this. I sound like a broken record, but I'm like, is this what I get into comics for? I don't know. I'm really excited for the show. Should I get into it? It's like directly linked to like what's going to happen in the show. So maybe I get into it. Who knows? Maybe have you gotten into it, Ronan? Maybe, perhaps. Yeah, that was full ball, wasn't it? It was super loud. Is it a good volume now? It should be a good volume now. Odin is jumping on the Maul comic bandwagon. Definitely need to see how it leads into the show. Yeah, I feel like I gotta follow there. I gotta follow you there, Odin. Maybe this is my first comic. Jesse, I see Jesse popping in the chat. I mean, we talked about comics a bunch. I know Jesse picked up the comic. I always told him my first comic was going to be Vader, but maybe it should be this one. The comic dropped yesterday. Was more about Brander Lawson, and Two Boots. Showed a little bit at the end of Maul trying to get to Janix. Interesting. So Brander Lawson, educate me. Is that does he have a moustache? Is he like the dude that's going to be in the show? Maybe see how it goes. Is that who that is? And Two Boots. Two Boots is that the droid? Crazy. Oh my gosh, Bocon, how you doing? So good. Wham! I didn't know we had so many comic fans in the chat. Crazy town. But yeah, there you go. Apparently, oh my god, Willie's here as well. Man, you guys are down for that comic. My god. Next issue we'll have some big answers for sure. Let me know in the chat right now, like, how does this work? I don't really actually understand comics, essentially. I'm like, there's it like issues? What's an I don't even know how to say it, like an omnibus? An omnibus? Is that like all the issues put together or something? I don't even understand how that really works. Are they like chapters in a sense? Anyway. But hey, well, we're on great chat today. This is so fun. We're gonna have so much fun, but keep educating me about the system of comics in the chat right now. Let's do a quick little bit of housekeeping before we jump right into things. We have videos, we have talks to study today. There's so many things I want to bring up. It's so exciting. Straight off the bat, I kind of housekeeping. I never said housekeeping. If you want to join the ranks of the RaeSide, you sure can. For as little as 99 cents US a month, you can become a Padawan. A little bit more to become a knight, to be a part of the extra live shows we have in. And if you want to be a master, you get master meetings every second week, and even between every other week. There's the book club happening as well. And even though we're every second week, when a show drops, like Maul Shadow Lord, if you want to be a part of every single kind of conversation you want to be a master, because that's when we have weekly discussions. That's where we all meet up, all in video chat. We all talk about the show, the episode, and all the stuff that's happening. So it's a good time to be a master, especially if you want to time it, low-key time it for when Maul Shadow Lord starts, because we'll be doing it weekly then as well. But it's bi-weekly every other time that there isn't a show. And if you are a part of the members, sort of Rae members back there, Padawan, Knight, or Master, you can now watch our exclusive members chat that we had of our February's book club, which we had a review of Darth Plagueis. Very iconic EU Star Wars Legends book. That was so much fun. It was very deep. It was like over 2 hours. So if you missed it live, if you didn't catch us talking about it live, it's still up there for you members. So you can go back, it's like essentially a podcast with like 10 of us talking about Darth Plagueis. It was a fantastic discussion. The Masters had such great things to bring up. People in the live chat brought up such fantastic things. It was such a good chat. Fantastic book club. So that's the previous, that was February, but the upcoming book club will be at the end of the month, Sunday, March 29th, and that we will be reviewing Master and Apprentice by Claudia Gray, which I'm very excited for. The previous two I kind of had read, but this one I haven't read. Very excited. Very, very excited. But let's get into it. Maul Shadow Lord. We can't dilly-dally any further. What you need to know, let's get the music down a little bit. What you need to know, and I decided to title this show this because essentially this is like the first live show in a sense. Apart from the trailer sort of breakdown, this is the first sort of build-up live show that we're doing to it, right? So we need context. We need context of this show. How did it come about? Who's writing it? Who's going to be in it? When's it going to be set? What are we, expecting to see in the show? What do we know of Maul as the character before this show comes out? This is our sort of context building, and we've got to lay a foundation to really get excited. And as you'll come to discover, the next few weeks I've got some super fun live shows planned. It's got to be phenomenal. Cannot wait for this next month. Pretty much 4-week ultimate countdown to the show. But today we're doing context. Like I said, get your notebook out. You're gonna want to remember things of what we talk about today. I've got a cat hair on my mouth. I can feel it. My God, hang on. Give me a second. No one warns you. No one warns you before getting a cat that you'll get cat hair in your mouth all the flaming time. But today we're gonna start off with a little bit of context of this show. A little later on, we're going to get into the panel that Sam Witwer did at Star Wars Celebration last year, and we're going to kind of analyze that a little bit. But before we even get to that, I want to take us back to 2020. When did this come out? 2020? Of Star Wars: The Clone Wars Season 7. Let's cast our minds back to there. What an exciting time, first of all. What an incredible experience was watching that show when it came out. And there was so much more in that, hey? There was so much more content in that, and I feel like there could have been so much more. And as we'll come to discover, that is so much of why this show has actually come about, because there's so much more. Somehow, there is still so much to this character that we need to learn and see and be entertained by, I guess. So, Clone Wars Season 7, what a time. I mean, right now, I know, like, right? I was, like, struggling there. What a time to be alive when Clone Wars Season 7 came out. Let me know in the chat what you remember of, like, watching Siege of Mandalore, watching that unfurl. A few years prior, we've just had to understand that Darth Maul is alive and back as a character. That's already insane. But now we're going forward, and we're having so much more of him. And he's not just a Sith anymore. He's running a syndicate. He's running the underground. And in the previous seasons, he starts building this underground empire, and then we have the siege of Mandalore. So I think it was a really interesting story for multiple reasons. It was a really impactful story for multiple reasons. Of course, the main POV was of Ahsoka, but through that, we get so much insight into the Darth Maul's character, which was really exciting. Just quickly, people's thoughts on Siege of Mandalore. Maul was up to a lot between Siege of Mandalore and Malachor, so this has a lot to cover. Yeah, the show, it absolutely does. Ahsoka v. Maul was mocap fight was amazing. Says Stanley's absolutely, yeah, it was great to see Ray Park. I hope he's doing well out there. I hope he's doing better. Ray Park and I'm gonna forget her name. Mary Kim did the mocap for Ahsoka. Yeah, that was crazy. That was so crazy. Yeah, oh yes, that's right. The reveal of this like logo for some reason was crazy. The ominous red text and the Clone Wars logo that started the last few episodes. The dark music, yes. For like, how many Clone Wars episodes are there? I feel like it's like 144 or something. Yeah, and like we know this yellow title card. Clone Wars music, boom, da 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 da. Boom, here we go, Clone Wars. And then for these last final four of Siege of Mandalore episodes to be this super dark and gloomy and scary, just you know what's coming. It's scary, it's terrifying. It's so good. That was actually, I love it. It's yeah, that's it. Lauren Mary Kim. But yeah, it was terrifying, terrifying. Yeah, loved all of Clone Wars season 7. So good. 133. Yeah, I was like, I feel like 144 was the maximum, but I know season 6 was less. So it's like, that makes sense. That makes sense. That sounds more right. That sounds about right. So what we're actually going to do right now. So now that we're remembering Clone Wars season 7 a little bit, we're actually going to watch a little bit of Clone Wars season 7 right now. I'm hoping to God that we don't get a copyright strike on this, but we'll be right. I'll do it for the love of the game. Who cares? Strike this down. You guys got to know this, because upon a rewatch of Siege of Mandalore in the past couple of months, I noticed this speech that Darth Maul does to the Mandalorians. And it's not his very famous speech that you might have seen me redub on my Instagram. It's not his famous speech or dialogue that he has with Ahsoka, but he has this rallying cry to the Mandalorians of Death Watch, or as they are at this point, Mauldalorians. The Mandalorians that have sided with I keep saying Darth Maul, that have sided with Maul, the Mauldalorians, and he gives this rallying speech. But I feel like in this speech, he actually, I say he like it's Maul's a real person. He actually sets up that he's gonna get a show, and we're gonna see this eventuate and this character develop and further even more. We'll break down some certain parts. I think what we'll do, we might actually sit and watch it fully, maybe. Again, I don't really know how to avoid copyright striking on this bad boy, but we'll do it anyway. But let's get it on the screen. Oh, why is it so fast? There we go. All right, let's get it on the screen. We're gonna have a little bit of a watch and I'll listen, because I want you to listen to what Maul is saying. He's like, obviously he's not being like, I'll tell you the story another day, but he's setting up in world, in galaxy, what is about to happen. Obviously, he's clued into Palpatine's plan right now, and he's like, this is pretty much gonna happen. But we kind of actually get a little bit of a teaser of what he thinks he might be able to do once, Sidious enacts his big old plan. Once, he's saying this much. Am I too big here? How do we want to watch this? Is that too big? I feel like I'm too big there. Let's just do that one. He's getting into this. So let's have a watch. I've put the text on the screen, so hopefully I don't get striked about this, but let's get in, have a little listen, shall we? Let me know if it's loud enough. There that we're going to just talk about briefly, because I find it really interesting, and I want you to kind of go with me here. The first thing, which I love that, yeah, shout out Vanessa Marshall, underrated that she does this voice, but Rook Cast, who's the first female Mauldalorian that we see here with purple hair, she's kind of like a Sabine, essentially. She's a very Sabine-esque sort of character, but just kind of on the evil side. It's like if Sabine was evil, essentially. But, the context of this, they're underground. They're about to go out and fight the troopers, like the 501st, the certain sect of 501st that Ahsoka has taken to Mandalore, and they're about to fight them. But there's just some stuff here that I think is really interesting. Let me just play this first little section again. I'll point out this first thing that I think is really interesting. More
told the syndicate leaders to go into hiding.
I mean, actually, that even here, I can like stop here, because Rook is explaining to who's this? Gar Saxon? Is this that guy's name? Um, and yeah, he's like, hey, what's just happened? And she's calling him in, and at the same time calling us in. Hey, they've just all the syndicate leaders have just gone into hiding because if you remember, at Order 66, Anakin killing all the separatists. He's just done that. He's killed all the separatists. They had nothing to do with the underground or the criminal syndicates or anything. They didn't do anything with that. It's all pretty much Maul's got a handle on that. They were just focused on separatists and Jedi, so they weren't dealt with. So all these big guys are alive, really.
Maul just told the syndicate leaders to go into hiding.
So more like the fact that in this, look at this one shot, the Black Sun, the Pikes, and this I learned like literally about 2 months ago. Dryden freaking Voss of the Solo movie. Watch party coming inbound soon, surely. Dryden Voss. So Maul is in a position at this point in time to say, hey, you giant syndicate leaders of many years and generations, I'm calling the shots. You got to go into hiding. We're laying low. We're letting essentially he's saying, we're letting Order 66 blow over. We're letting all these people kind of sort of destroy each other. And then we're going to get going. We're going to do some stuff. Hey, the Shadow Collective. Yeah, right on. Gar Saxon. Yeah, it was Gar Saxon. True. Rossi coming in. Just pause it for a moment for the legend. The 4 season Mandalore is Dave Filoni's best work by far. I've watched those 4 episodes so many times, drunk a lot of times. You know what? That would actually, I don't know if it would be like worse or better drunk, because I feel like if I watched it drunk, I would just I would just cry the whole time. But like I already sort of cried the whole time. But I feel like I would cry even harder the whole time if I was drunk watching this. But that kind of sounds fun, Rusty, not gonna lie. But thank you for being here for 10 months. Appreciate you. Thank you. Legend. Where were we? Maul's in charge. He's saying, guys, go into hiding. So one of my thoughts with this show, Maul, Shadow Lord, Shadow, I think it was Shadow Empire was a Legends book about Maul. There's also, like Stanley's point out here, there's something called the Shadow Collective, which is sort of like a predecessor to Crimson Dawn. Like there's like the fact that this show is being called Shadow Lord, like is and Lord, not like Survivor or whatever. Like he's not like a little, he's barely hanging on. He's got no friends. Like he's still. I think at this point when we see him in the show, which is a year after Clone Wars, a year after this, really, he still has sway. He still has power in my understanding of it. Anyway, syndicates. So again, just like reiterating this experience, like as gnarly and evil and like manic, like when we see him like 2 seasons before this, like he's just like killing villages of like kids and people. He's an evil guy. There's this like moments of these just like little tiny windows of insecurity into Maul's character that is actually quite relatable as like a human experience of like he just feels failed. Like he feels bad. He feels ashamed, embarrassed, and he's saying, like, I thought Dooku was an idiot. Like I'm an idiot as well. We're all idiots because of Palpatine, and he's so afraid of Palpatine. It's like he's got like real daddy issues with Palpatine. Essentially, it's crazy. It's crazy interesting.
Now I see. He and I are the same. One step behind.
One step behind, and I love that too. Like Maul. Again, it's like that's why. Even these later conversation and dialogue with Ahsoka is so like for me so interesting, and I just latch onto so hard because I find it so tremendous that he's essentially saying exactly to a T what is about to happen to Order 66, to Anakin in the galaxy, and he's like saying it, but it's like it actually doesn't matter. It actually doesn't matter if he knows it exactly because he can't change it. It's just crazy. It's crazy. Everyone is a pawn to Palps, absolutely. Including Anakin. That's really funny. At first, TB, I read that you were calling Anakin an incel. Like everyone is a pawn to Palps incel Anakin. Love that. That's no, including Anakin. Gotcha. We continue.
The dark side has never been stronger.
That line I love as well. So he's like saying facts. He's like, oh, this is the case. This is, guys go into hiding. Papa's in charge. What are we going to do? And then he has this moment again. Sam Witwer is the greatest fucking. I'm like 20 minutes into the show. I can swear. Fucking voice actor. Oh my days, he's good. He's good, isn't he? But the way, like, just listen to the tone in which he's like, I've never felt like, what do you say? I've never felt the dark side is growing stronger. I think this is what he said. That's it. Which is so interesting because I think that's again, he's like so conflicted, and I think that is what we'll see in Maul Shadow Lord. I think we'll see a character that is a killing machine and evil to the bone of taking over and taking power over vulnerable people. But then I also think he has this weird sort of, it's not a tenderness, but he's got this vulnerability about him. Like the way he says that, like he says it with fear. He says like, oh my God, Palp's in charge. We've all been pawns. Like he's had that realization. But then he's like, it's almost like that he likes it. It's super twisted. Like, and it's just showing how like twisted he is. Like he's just like, he kind of loves it in a sense. He's like, oh my God, Palp has like ruined me, tossed me aside. He's tossed everyone aside. Everything's about to go to ruin, but he kind of loves it. He's like, that's kind of dope though. That's essentially what I'm reading into. That's essentially what he's saying. The latter half of this part, he's kind of talking directly to the Mandalorians to sort of keep them on his side. But yeah, what he says here is like, and it's not at the conversation with Ahsoka that he's realized that Palp is in charge and the plan, but it's like he knows here. He knows at this point. He's like, the galaxy is about to be rebuilt and changed up. And the other thing that almost makes Maul successful at this time as a character is the way right now he's saying we can't actually change anything, which is, I'll bring this up again, but at this point he accepts he can't change anything, which is interesting why he asked Ahsoka to help later. Anyway, whatever. He knows he can't change anything, but he's still, but he looks at it and goes, okay, in that chaos, Palp's gonna do something. I'm pretty sure Anakin's his like right-hand man now. They're gonna kill everyone. While that's going on, we're gonna be down here. Like what he's doing, it's so symbolic of like the fact that they're in the like the underground, is this like a sewer or waterway or something? Drain system of Mandalore. Like it's so symbolic. It's so like chef kiss, like English student, like write a metaphor about this of like the fact that they're in the underground tunnels being like, there is chaos and a battle happening up there, but we can dominate down here. And if we get this down, we can do anything kind of thing. It's it's chess. Oh, I like that. It's chess, pure chess. Move from Maul. Trying to get your best friend to watch Season Mandalore for years. He doesn't want to watch it. Because of the animation. Oh damn, that's really shitty. I hate that, Rossi. How do we swing him to like animation? I think Siege of Mandalore, if he doesn't like animation in general, Siege of Mandalore is way to do it because Siege of Mandalore is very flashy and like super intense. It's cool. It's really, really cool. Yeah, I'm also scared of Palpatine after he whipped him and killed Savage. Really tells how scary Palps is, even Maul. Even when Maul is scared of him. Yeah, that's true. And like that's what's so interesting of the way that the way he says that line of like, again, just listen to it.
The dark side has never been stronger.
Like it's almost like he's enjoying that he's scared of Palpatine. It's so weird. It's so cool.
Here in the gutters, if you die, I promise.
Yeah, so that end part, that I don't think that's super sort of pivotal for us to like remember, because this was just a contextual thing. He just needed all of them to be like, we agree with you, let's go kill people. So like that doesn't say anything about his character. Well, it kind of does in the sense that he's just, Maul is so good at his words and he's so good at manipulating people to agree with him and be with him on something. So it's very interesting. It's very interesting. If you're just coming in, we are doing like a case study right now of Maul giving this speech in Clone Wars Season 7 and sort of how it gives us a bit of context of what he could be doing come Maul Shadow Lord. Because sort of fun fact number one, write this in your notebook. So the show is set roughly 1 year after the Clone Wars, or 1 year after Order 66, which is in the Clone Wars. So pretty much within roughly 12 months of this speech, of this conversation right here, of what we're looking at, what he knows, what he's up to right here, in 12 months' time, we're in Maul Shadow Lord. So I really expect Maul Shadow Lord. I think the thing that people might not be remembering is that he could be sort of ringing up his old friends again. Again, the start of the conversation.
The Syndicate leaders. Maul just told the Syndicate leaders to go into hiding.
What did he do? He told them to all go into hiding. I'm like, in the show, should he not be ringing everyone back up, being like, hey, Trident. Hey, how you going? Oh, that's good. How's the year? It's good? Oh, that's good. Yeah, no, so you know how you went into hiding like 12 months ago or whatever. First of all, have you had a good break? Oh, you got it. Oh, really? Where did you get to? That's awesome. Yeah, no, I've been to Hawaii before. It's really lovely there. Did you go? Oh, yeah. We went the south side of the island, but you went. Oh, lovely. Okay. Well, yes. Well, while I have you, so 12 months ago, I told you to go into hiding. I think we might have time to come back out now. I think. I don't know. Things seem to be kind of under swing. They seem to be making some other troopers now. They seem preoccupied. I feel like if you want to meet me, there's a bar actually down the road that's got a really great brew on tap. If you want to meet me there, let's chat it over, talk it over, see how you're feeling. I know it's been a year since we've talked, but I think it's time to reveal ourselves. That's the phone call that Maul will be making in this show, I think. That's what's happening. That's what the show is. Really, that's all we need. That's all we need to know. That's all we need to know. Sam came to an Oz Comic Con, dude. That's sick. I want more Star Wars people at conventions here, man. That'd be cool. Okay. Anyway, so that's the Clone Wars context I want you to be sort of remembering and keep it in your mind. So he kind of sets it up there. Don't forget that. He sets up a lot of context there. Maul at a bar would be funny. I feel like we'll get it in the show, surely. He's like in this underground. He's surely going to go to a couple of bars. We got to see it. I've just realized the second video that we have is not loaded up. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my God. And then we're going to jump into now the Sam Witwer panel that he did at Star Wars Celebration Japan. We're going to get into that right now. I got to re-upload it. Give me 2 seconds. Oh my God. Where'd it go? Okay, and we're back. Okay, so video didn't load up. Let's get it on the screen anyway. Get the Enzellans. I know, my bad. My favorite Star Wars character, Jar Jar Binks. Get out of here, Rossi. Get out of here. But right now we're gonna jump into the Star Wars Celebration Japan panel that Sam Witwer and Athena Patillo, who is, I always get her title wrong. Is she? I believe now with Dave's thing, I think she might be chief executive of the animation department. I'm going to give her that title myself. I feel like she's that now. Of Lucasfilm Animation, I'm pretty sure she's head of it now. But she's been involved in Clone Wars for over 10, 15 years. She was involved pretty much all of Clone Wars, all of Bad Batch, all of Star Wars Rebels. So she's been around many many years, and she's obviously pretty key in this show. Again, I apologize. I had the other video lined up, but we used just the YouTube video anyway. But there's so much gold in here. You might have seen me like already playing clips from this, posting clips from this on the other channel that I help run, the Star Wars Transmissions. I put up a Sam Witwer like interview, like junket compilation, which was really insightful. Actually, maybe that might actually be, you know what? That actually might be more helpful to watch right now, and I can promote the other damn channel that I run. We're gonna take a listen because he gives so much sort of insight into all these, like into the show in all these sort of videos and interviews that he does. Gotta watch my own ads. That's hilarious. Here we go. Okay, so let's get into it. This is all Sam Witwer's interviews about Maul, Shadow Lord. Let's get the music off and take a listen. I'll pause it at some parts and we'll chat about some various things that come up.
No. I am called Maul.
Hey, Bailey.
So tell us a little bit about what you've been working on, because this is extremely exciting. Maul is coming back.
Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Well, what do you even say? I mean, they brought me in a year ago on this.
Mm-hmm.
So this has been something that I've been wanting to talk about. But
I'm muted. Pause already. Oh my gosh. Let's do it this way. Pause already because interesting. So at this point, so again, let's cast our minds back. This was April 2025, and he said, I've been brought in a year ago. So this was already in starting production start of 2024, which is crazy. So it's been in the works for ages. So interesting. But let's keep listening.
But haven't been able to talk about for a year.
Yeah.
Well, no, Dave summoned me to Lucasfilm in Burbank.
Yeah, he can do that now.
He can do. He has the powers of summoning. So I was just, I was in bed and I woke up and I've been summoned. No, so I went over and sat me down. And Dave, he just kind of like without any fanfare, he goes, okay, so we're doing a Maul show, and here's the thing about the Maul show. You got to remember, and you're like, what's the first part you just said?
Yeah.
He just started telling me about it. And what was really cool for me was that, like there were moments when we were working on Maul for the other shows.
Yes.
And I would come up with an idea, and Dave would, this happened twice, where I'd come up with an idea. What if this happened with Maul? And he says, yeah, that kind of detail, it's not really Maul's show, so you can't really do that.
Oh.
And he said that twice. I had another idea, and he's like, yeah, with that kind of detail, that's not really Maul's show, so you can't really do that. So we're doing those types of things because this is Maul's show. I just had no...
Wow.
Yeah. It never occurred to me that that's what he was thinking. When he said it's not Maul's show, I just took it as, well, yeah, this is about Ahsoka right now, and this is about that, so we're not going to do this. But I guess he was thinking long-term or hinting or tormenting me or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But now...
So we'll just pause right there because what a great little insight and how interesting. And it's like, I feel like most of us, you might not have, but I feel like most of us have seen a lot of the behind the scenes of Sam, working on Clone Wars and being so involved and being so enthusiastic. And he's done so many interviews over the years since Clone Wars has ended, talking about all these other things about Star Wars that he's so passionate about, and he knows so much lore, and he's so into George Lucas Star Wars, like he's so engaged with Star Wars, which is so cool. So that was a great little insight there into the fact that during Clone Wars, he was wanting Maul. It's hard to say. He was wanting more for Maul and his character and his story, and like Dave having to be like, no, we've got to keep it on track for Clone Wars. But he words it so well there as like, what they didn't do or kind of didn't get to explore enough in Clone Wars, they're getting to explore into the show. So we'll listen to Anthony Carbone's next question here.
We do know there is a show. Do we know the name of the show?
Which is funny. I don't know how.
Do you guys not know the name of the show?
Oh, okay, good.
Maul.
Yeah.
Go ahead, say the name.
Oh, Maul, Shadow Lord. Where in the
So
timeline
good.
does this fall?
So good. Which is fun.
This
Yeah,
is a-
again, funny that the crowd didn't know the name at that point because this was straight. I think it was on day one. And I think I was in, and we'll get into this a little bit. I was in the animation panel. We've just heard it, but then I think they went straight out and announced it there as well. Yeah, he's so passionate, isn't he? And the comments really covering my face there. Absolutely. Are you kidding? I would love to interview him. He's so cool. Okay, this is another question. That in a Collider interview, they did all these junkets at Celebration, obviously. He again, Sam giving some cool insight here as well.
A year after the Clone Wars.
Okay.
There we go.
So, you have a situation where everyone got destroyed by the Clone Wars, and Maul's organization didn't really hold under that pressure. So he still has a group with him, but it's not like it was. And
Which is interesting. Because he's like, I guess it wouldn't really work. Because in theory, like the scene we just watched in Clone Wars, he was like, hey, everyone, go underground. I'll call you when you're ready. And maybe that hasn't worked out. Like what he said here of like, he had a group with him, but it's not the same. Just listen again.
you have a situation where everyone got destroyed by the Clone Wars, and Maul's organization didn't really hold under that pressure. So he still has a group with him, but it's not like it was. And so it was devastating in that way. Everyone is very afraid. Everyone is very uncertain. But he is watching an empire that he knew was coming, but he wasn't thinking it was going to be like this. He was in on his master's plan, but only partially. He knew some things, he didn't know others. So he knew the empire was coming, but he didn't expect this because Maul is a classically trained force user.
I love this. I love
Comes
this
from
so
a
much.
time of magic and dragons and knights, and now he's watching an empire drain all of the magic and color out of the galaxy, and individuality is being snuffed out, and everything is becoming mechanized. And he's going, well, wait a second. He is asking questions about this, and does that mean that he wants to do something about it? Well, it's more complicated. Can he do anything about this? It doesn't seem like anyone could. And so also, he's looking around, he's raised the express purpose to destroy Jedi Knights. And during the Clone Wars, he did. He killed a lot more Jedi during the Clone Wars than we are aware of.
Which is crazy, crazy fact. That's
Hinted
nuts.
that he was on a spree with Savage Opress, but that went further than people think. And so that,
Which is he said a lot here. So let's just pause here for a second. Crazy fact there. So apparently, yeah, Maul has killed more Jedi. He killed more people than like the violent tirade he went on. What we see in Clone Wars already. Interesting. So interesting. Influence. Also, yes, I forgot this about Bird Church's comment. Love to be creative work and producing. I'm like 99% sure he is being credited as a co-executive producer of Maul Shadow Lord. So if anything, his producing role starts here with the show. Yeah, flashback with Savage would be crazy. That's so true. That would be crazy. But yeah, it's really interesting. Yeah, like he's saying, he's being traditionally. I mean, speaking of the Darth Plagueis book, as I mentioned at the start of the show that we did the book review on, we get Maul's sort of upbringing there, and he explains that well. It's like it's traditional not upbringing, a traditional training of a Sith. Like it's very knightly and individual and specific. Whereas, like what Sam's saying here, there's this contrast now, and we saw this in Bad Batch, and that was the Bad Batch's POV of the Empire, where it's like it becomes this just one. Just monochromatic, just force, and how do you face that? How, like even though Maul, like, can he kill heaps of people, and is he like a violently, extremely skilled, lightsaber wielder? Yes, but it's like you can't just like kill the whole empire. It's like, yeah, what is he going to do? So interesting. All the crime lords probably thought Maul's been arrested, possibly killed. They'll vie for power, and position maybe deal with new empire. So start. To start, Maul may have to re-establish rule. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Yeah. I don't know if it's co-executive or if he's just like associate. I think it might be just associate producer. But yeah, this is, I think, his first time he's getting credit out on a Star Wars thing.
That was what he was born and raised to do. That was his sworn enemy, and now they're gone. How does he feel about that?
Show. Now we can tell these
Just to
details.
start. Yeah, talking about how, you know, his whole life he's just been trying to kill Jedi, and he's used to killing Jedi, and that's why he was so good at killing them in the Clone Wars. But now he's got to like kill stormtroopers and Empire and like millions of people. It's like how does he do that? I guess. Hey Tim, how you doing? How you doing? They also broke away from Maul in Son of Dathomir, so he'll have to get them back together again. Maybe become Crimson Dawn. Oh, that'd be great, Nathan. I know cameos are like a hot topic for people, but I love like that as a cameo. Kira as a cameo would be absolutely phenomenal. Let's continue. There's another celebration panel question and answer here. Very interesting. We'll hear some more.
He was born and raised to do. That was
Y'all did in
How does he feel about that?
show. Now we can tell these details about because I mean I think one of the things that y'all did in animation that was so wonderful is you added so much depth to this character who in the films we really only see for a handful of minutes. And you really used that character to even go into depths of whole new civilizations and things like that. I mean, Maul has built so much. It's got to be cool to be able to tell stories about him now.
Yes.
What are you going to be telling us?
Oh, a lot, but unfortunately, I can't tell too much.
Love
But what
that.
I can say is Sam Witwer's involvement in the show has been pristine. So I'm very
Yeah, so here we go. Here they talk a little bit more about like the behind the scenes of like creating the show.
excited about him being able to review the scripts and provide input and all of that as well. So Dave Filoni and Sam created the character for animation, and so it's very important to hear his thoughts as well for the character depth. So very excited about that.
Both, obviously, you know,
Love that. So good. It was like just a little window that I clipped there. But it's unreal. I love that. And I love that she's giving, you know, Sam his flowers there, not just for the voice acting of Maul, but like the script review. Like that is so integral. The fact that he is looking over the whole story is really interesting. Really, really interesting. Also, the video we're going through right now, I've put the link in the live chat right now. If you want to, I don't know, watch it later yourselves, could probably do that. Says passion makes Maul what he is. Yeah, it's true. And like I love it the way she words it of like Sam, Witwer, and Dave were the ones that created the animation Maul, because that's obviously not a big talking point, but excuse me. You know, there's a lot of sort of, you know, Star Wars movie purists that kind of really reject the Star Wars animation to be really that important, and, you know, have Maul killed off in a movie and then brought back in animation. There's a certain sort of grouping of fans that really hate that out there. So I don't agree with that, obviously, but yeah, it's just, I'm glad she makes that distinction of like, this is obviously so built on this Maul that we get in animation is so built on, you know, so much more depth and intrigue. But you know, we get it in this show, and they started in Clone Wars, and we're gonna get it even more. Let's listen to this next little insight here too.
you voiced Darth Maul for some time. What's the key to bringing depth and really humanity to a character like that?
She took the same elevator every day, but today.
That's hilarious. Gotta get those. I'll wait for the ad to be over. Clearly, I don't have a YouTube Premium, man. Yeah, man. Okay, we absolutely need to. So, oh, it's back on. Oh my gosh, hang on. Oh my God, hang on.
It's all about perspective.
A character like that.
Definitely putting yourself in his shoes, because our show does that, is metal shoes. But it's all about opinions. It's all about perspectives, because this show that I've been now working on for a year asks a lot of questions. For example, Maul knew that Palpatine was going to bring about some form of new order, some empire. Now that it's here, is this what Maul expected? The color just sucked out of the universe? How does he feel about that? You know, like it's all mechanized now. It's a little strange. How does Maul feel? What is his perspective
about the Jedi Knights now that they're all gone and he hasn't seen or heard of any of them. And Kenobi is likely dead. How does he feel about that? Is it a surprising perspective? How does Maul train an apprentice?
Right.
Not how do the Sith do it, not how Palpatine does it. How does Maul do it? Because he has a very unique perspective on those things.
What's great about Athena is
I'm muted. There we go. Really interesting insight there. Talking about, like the show is going to be about like Maul's POV of the galaxy. Obviously, we covered that quite a bit, but also just what he said at the end there and he said that he says this in a few interviews. So I only included it in this compilation once of this idea of like, well, he's going to have some sort of apprentice. Whether it was like, just some sort of force sensitive Jedi, maybe wasn't a Jedi, but like just has the force or something, I don't know, has some sort of apprentice. And I love the concept of how would he train an apprentice, which is interesting to say, and I think some people might argue, oh, well, what about Savage Press? We've already seen that, but that was very different. That whole brother thing was a big part of that. And that whole, like we're doing this as brothers. And then like they did that for a couple episodes. And then after a while, Maul was like, hey, I actually know more than you. Even though we're brothers, like I'll kind of be calling the shots here. And Savage kind of agreed. So it definitely wasn't an apprentice, really. Even though I think Maul does actually call Savage his apprentice at a few points. But for like a young apprentice would be really interesting. So he's got a good point there. It's like, how does he train them? Because like Maul isn't a practicing Sith really anymore, but he's that's all he knows. How does that come out? So interesting. Thank you, DP. That's threatening, but like, let's go with it. 37 months. That's such a I like it that it doesn't ever say it in years. Hey, 30. I don't even know what that equates to, but 37 months. That's just over 3 years. Yeah, crazy, dude. Maul training a Twi'lek in the show and the Mortis gods being brought back in Ahsoka are proof that George's spirit is being kept alive. That's actually a great point because those were like two of his babies there. So that's true. That is true. Yeah, maybe it's the whole Talon thing is really hard to read. Hey, but anyway, let's continue into the next question again.
About that. Is it a surprising perspective? How does Maul train an apprentice?
Right.
Not how do the Sith do it, not how Palpatine does it. How does Maul do it? Because he has a very unique perspective on those things.
What's great about Athena is there will be some moment in a show called Maul Shadow Lord that we're discussing, and I'll go, well, it's like that episode in Clone Wars when this and that happened, and she knows because she was there. She worked on it. She was, we have kind of a dream team on this. We got Maddie.
Yes, Matt McNevitz,
who's writing.
He's our head writer.
Yeah, he's our head writer. He's writing incredible stories, and I love what he's crafting because we learn some different things.
Matt McNevitz, man. Matt freaking McNevitz. You've heard me talk about him before. What do they say? He is the head writer. Hey.
Yes, Matt.
We got Maddie.
Yes, Matt McNevitz.
Who's writing.
He's our head writer.
Yeah, he's
head writer of the show.
He's writing incredible stories, and I love what he's crafting because we learn some different things about this character. He's got some different traits that you wouldn't necessarily think he has that make perfect sense from what he's been through.
Yeah.
It takes place, what is it, about a year after the Clone Wars? Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's dusting himself off a little bit. Ahsoka kicked him to the curb. That wasn't nice. So we get to really explore that. And then Brad Rao.
Trigger. I love Brad Rao as well. But before we get into Brad Rao, Matt McNevitz, again, I'm never going to stop talking about this. If you don't know that name, that's okay. He was a writer in the Clone Wars and Star Wars Rebels. He wrote the Umbara arc in Star Wars Clone Wars. He wrote the Citadel arc in Star Wars Clone Wars. He wrote the Bad Batch season 1 finale arc. He was like associate writer on almost all the Bad Batch episodes, supervising writer, and he wrote in Star Wars Rebels. He wrote a lot of episodes in season 3 and season 4, which were very good seasons. So Matt McNevitz is such a great writer, and he's written so many cool things in Star Wars. And the part I love most about Matt Magnificent, he was also the story writer. So he helps shape the story of Fallen Order, Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order. How fun, and Survivor. So that's a guy that, just with those stories, just with those, the Umbara arc, you look at that, just look as it is. Umbara arc, Citadel arc, Bad Batch season 1 finale, the video games. That is a guy that knows how to do a complete story arc in Star Wars. Outside of movies, telling a complete and whole story of a character or a period of time. That all those are great examples of incredible stories in Star Wars. I love it. I love it so much. Matt Micknovitz. And then here I think Sam talks about Brad Rao, which I met Brad Rao like the day before this interview right here. So shout out Brad Rao. I love that guy.
Coming off the Bad Batch, which is he's brilliant. And
do the
Joel
specific
Aaron and
thing.
Keith Kellogg and the
my
entire team. I mean, these people we've been working with for forever. I mean, I've met these people, 15, 16 years ago?
Yeah.
Started
Crazy.
working with them. So we have the dream team on this, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
And these people, that they're going to do something special and that they want to do something special. And on this show particularly, everyone's been kind of pushing a little harder. They've just been really...
There's another great quote in here, but I'll just I know we're jumping all over the place, but it's just there's so much to break down here. Yeah, it's so interesting. Yeah, so he was part of the story team, this Matt Micknovitz guy. And so instead of just writing like 1 or 2 arcs, Matt Micknovitz is like the head writer. I think he's, if not written most of the episodes of the show. Well, there's only 10 episodes. So I think I think there would be some associate writers and like maybe some other writers like having input. But Matt Micknovitz is the head writer, and then Sam. And if you just tuning in, Sam just before mentioned how he's done all the script reviews of the show, episode script reviews, which I love. But he continues on talking about the team here.
excited. Would you say, is that
Yes,
accurate?
absolutely. That was the agenda, making sure that everything was, we called it like a 30% upgrade overall, but it was more than that. And the morale on the show is so stellar. Everyone's so excited about this show. I'm very excited about this show. It makes me very emotional to even think about it. And I can't wait for you all to see what we're creating. So
good.
We're all excited.
Thank you for having to play the trailer.
Unreal. So good. So yeah, again, I just so much just in that little back half there. Sam talking about the team and Athena talking about the team and like you Stanley say, like Sam just flexes being like all those names, the Brad Rao, the Matt Micknovitz, the Keith Kellogg, the Joel Aarons, so those other names are like this, the sound designing, the animation supervisors, the color artists, the there's so many voiceover artists as well, a part of this project as well, that have all been from many, many years ago, like pre-Disney even. So crazy amount of time they've all been working together, and they're all just like literally the same for this show. It's just, and Athena, like, it was such an interesting comment. At first I was like, that seems intense. But then I was like, I actually kind of love that. The way she was like, the Clone Wars finished, Bad Batch was really great. And that was really, like, everyone really loved Bad Batch. It was overall such a positive, well done show. And the way she's like words it to be like, with this show, like, we're wanting to improve. And she says this in another interview elsewhere. They've been wanting to kind of just amp it up more, like better animation, better sound, better stories. So it's like, the way she said, just having a 20 to 30% increase and like how great everything is. I was like, love that. Love that. Hey, Sluggo, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. Good to see you.
Trailer twice last night because that trailer was.
We're all excited.
Thank you for having to play the trailer twice last night because that trailer was incredible. What was your first reaction to seeing it?
I liked it.
Yeah.
I thought it was good. Yeah. I mean, it's nice to give people a taste of what the series is going to be. I mean, the visual style, for example, and even the audio, all that stuff. We're going a little bit further than we've gone before. It's I mean, if you're doing a show where Maul is a point of view character,
Mhm.
then it necessitates that you take your familiar style, but you tweak it for how he sees the world. So it's a little bit darker. It's a little bit more dangerous in the way that it looks and sounds and feels.
Love it. So good. So good. But yeah, check it out. Again, if you didn't know, I actually put that video together myself. This is the code channel I run with Corey. And that was every Sam Witwer compilation video. I put the link in the chat. Check it out if you want to watch that full video by yourself as well at another time. But there we go. There was just some insights Sam Witwer giving there. And the kind of the final comment he was talking about there, talking about the style. Like, yes, they've gone with the Clone Wars style, but a little bit more grittier to Maul's perspective, which is very interesting. Very interesting. Let's just recenter this camera real quick. Hang on. There we go. There we go. My good Lord. Goodness me. Fred coming in. When I first seen Darth Maul, I didn't expect this kind of complexity to his character. Yeah, right? Like, going from, like, Phantom Menace Darth Maul to this Maul is, like, crazy. Like, super duper deep. Hey, really, really interesting. But let's get into sort of any thoughts, theories, predictions. Like I said, this show has all been about context. Listening to what they're setting up for the show, what has been happening around it. It's a year after Clone Wars. Maul, from what we learnt there, Sam's mentioning how Maul is having to understand what the galaxy looks like now and how he navigates that. And he sort of says there, the Shadow Collective, the Crimson Dawn, isn't as together as sort of he put together in Clone Wars. How's it going to happen? But that's what the interesting thing is about Maul. And if you haven't heard this sort of metaphor for Maul's character before, Freddie Prinze Jr. I think first said this, but I'm pretty sure George said it in a BTS somewhere as well. He is the character of Sisyphus being, rolling the boulder uphill, and before, as he gets to the top, he always falls to the bottom, but he never dies, he never stops, he never fails. He always fails, but he never stops. And Maul is always rolling that boulder of, building up his power, and his, rule all the time, and it always fails. And like we've seen that, in Clone Wars, he builds it up. He builds up who he's in charge of and what he's doing, and it fails by the end of Clone Wars because everything goes to chaos and he has to go underground and hide. And I think this show will be another uptick. I think we're going to see him really build up things, and it's probably going to fail by the end of the show. But then we see, in By Solo, he's built up his Crimson Dawn now. Maybe that's a different period of time. And it's going to fail again. It's like, it's just always up and down for this character. And I think this show is just going to be another one of those up and downs. The definition of insanity? I guess so. But yeah, it's specifically, there's this Greek mythology of Sisyphus rolling the boulder up a hill and never reaching the top. Always a pain, but that really is the character of Maul. So I think that's, in a simple form, that's all we can expect from the show. We're going to see him garner some power. I mean, he has some cool looking sort of like, Rook cast, the Mandalorian girl with him. He sort of gets an apprentice. He has like another Dathomiri brother like with him. Zabrak, I should say, brother. Another Zabrak with him. Icarus, I think that's guy's name is. So it's interesting. What are they going to build up to? What is it building up to? If you've got any other thoughts to throw in here, Birdchurch coming in saying, I hope we see him gaining back his strength on Dathomir before unleashing Crimson Dawn. I would be very excited to see Dathomir in the show again. I would love if they go back there. I really hope they do. It kind of be maybe surprising if they don't go back there. Unless they're really just like focusing on, being on this planet, Yannix, or, just being at the point where this apprentice is, and they might not leave it at all, but I really hope we go to Dathomir. That'd be cool. Absolutely not, Tim. How dare you? I feel like this keeps coming up. This is such an interesting concept of like, hope the final episode of the show does end with Maul versus Vader. I am so torn whether that's good or not. Whether Darth Vader and Maul should face off at all. Half of me is like, I think they need to stay separate characters. I don't think I really actually don't think Vader or Palpatine ever like really acknowledge Maul again. They think he's just gone like, who cares? Move on. Although the Inquisitors are after him, so maybe they must know about him then. They must know about it. But it's like, yeah, it's like the Inquisitors kind of try to go after him for the whole season, and then like they can't, so then Vader gets him. So many questions. It's gonna be cool. What are the droid attack on the Death of Mirians? Thank you, Yava. That's the question. But yeah, the Maul vs. Vader thing is very interesting. But time will tell. Time will tell. Very shortly, we're going to start to wrap up in a second. Get your final thoughts in as Lightning celebrating 16 months of being a part of the race squad back there. Appreciate you. You're legend. Jesse saying, I'm confident we'll fight more. Really? I don't know. Like, I don't know if I would love it. Like, absolutely, if it happens on our screens, I'll like be like, this is sick. But I'm like, I don't know if it's too much. I don't know. It makes a lot of sense, but if it's a multi-season project, I think it would happen later rather than sooner. Yeah, that's true. That's the other fact. We haven't even mentioned that at all today. This is multiple seasons. They've confirmed that audibly on stage that it's not just it's not this one limited series. It's multiple seasons. So maybe that's like a season 2 or 3 type of deal. Even as like a show finale. Could be that. I definitely think Maul Lord is inspired by Rebels because it takes place during the reign of the Empire. So Rook is new Sabine. Yeah, I said that earlier. Hey, it was like Rook is almost like the evil. She's the evil Sabine. They're like the same character, but just the evil version. So good, right? So good, so confident. He's a confident guy. What can you tell there? But yeah, if like there might only be 2 seasons, but if there's 3 seasons like Bad Batch, like a Vader versus Maul could definitely be like a season 3 type of deal. I can definitely see that happening in there. I would rather Vader just kills Maul's apprentice. Yeah. I like that. The way that, like, you know, Palpatine kills Savage and like maybe have Vader kill, you know, Maul, who he was building to be his apprentice. That'd make sense. Phidias is on it. I like that. That's cool. That is cool. So good. Well, if you are loving the Maul chats, and if you are loving, you know, kind of getting in the mindset of like, okay, this character's coming. We've got to talk about this. We've got to get into the story. Hang on. There we go. Get into the story of this character more. Get in the groove of it. Next week, same time, an hour later, but Wednesday night, US next week, or Thursday morning here in Australia. We'll be going live at this time, doing a bit of a Clone Wars rewatch. You'll see it on the screen down below right now. We are watching essentially the Maul Returns, they title it, to Clone Wars. These are the episodes that Savage goes and finds Darth Maul on, I forget what the planet's called, but that big rubbish planet. It's those 3 episodes that kind of cover that, and, you know, take him back to Dathomir, and he gets his new legs and all those kinds of episodes. So it's only 3 episodes, but we'll be doing a watch party. So a watch along. Obviously, I can't have the episode on the screen, but we'll have a timer on the screen. We'll have a little, like, I'll probably set up a little mirror so you know what part we're up to and things like that. If you want to, you know, set up one device with the watch party and the live chat, and then the other device watching the episode. We're going to be doing that next Wednesday night US, Thursday morning in Australia. It's going to be super fun. Yeah, you want the Discord? Yeah, that's true. I never put in the Discord link. I always forget that. Discord link in the live chat right now. You think Chris is a trailer? Tell Maul that the Emperor wants him dead, assuming they fail. Who else? That's true. You know what? Now, like, you've completely. That's why I'm like, I could be convinced. I've been convinced now. Like, this sounds good now. I like that now. That does make sense. That does actually make a lot of sense. But there you go. Could happen. Maybe not this season. Maybe. I feel like not this season. Too soon. Give me put it in season 2. Season 2 would be cool. But make sure you're there next week. Okay. Wednesday night, we're going to be doing watch party. 3 episodes of Clone Wars. Grab your snacks and drinks for it. It's going to be super fun. It's going to be a great time. We'll watch it. We'll have a bit of discussion afterwards. Just relive the moment that Maul returns to our screens in Clone Wars. It's a really great set of episodes. So interesting. So crazy. It's going to be cool. It's going to be very, very cool. But for that, we will start to wrap up for today. This has been such a blast. I hope you've learned something. I hope you've realized something about the show. We are, again, it's like, it's almost the 6th here, and it comes out April 6th, so it's kind of a month away, but it's on a Monday. It's kind of 4 weeks away, roughly 4 weeks away. We're gonna be, yes, grab your Mantel mix. Tim knows what's up. Next 4 weeks is gonna be all Maul centric. I've titled it on my Instagram the Maul Haul of content, and I'm like, kind of like that. Maybe that'll stick. This is a big Maul haul of content we're gonna be going through. So continuing next week with our Clone Wars episodes. Watch party, be there. It's gonna be so much fun. And then every week you will find out what's happening in the next week to get more Morley every week until the premiere. I cannot wait. I'm so dying for a new premiere of a show. Our premiere live shows are so fun. So much will go down. You'll have to wait and see. It's gonna be good stuff. Apart from that, again, if you want to become part of the membership, you're going to see some exclusive stuff. There's 3 tiers to choose from. Make sure you check them out if you want to be more engaged here at the RaeSide. And until then, thanks for joining today. Appreciate you. And I'll catch you in the next one. Making sure you're always choosing the RaeSide when you're out there.